सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। ऋषिभ्यो नमः, परब्रह्मणे नमः, श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्याद्य शंकरादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु अनुग्रहेण पर उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्म कार्यकर्तानां प्रचारकानां सेवकानां च रक्षकाणां च सर्व विघ्ननिवारण शत्रुनिर्मूलन शक्तिप्रापणद्वारेण विजयप्राप्त्यर्थं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः पारायणं श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। Our Parayanam today is Abhayam Pratishtha. Let us do that. Om Asadva idamagra asit tato vai sadajayat tadatmanaggasvayam akuruta tasmat tat sukrutamucchata iti yadvai tat sukrutam raso vai saha रसग्रहेवायं लब्ध्वानन्दी भवति को ह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्येवानन्दयाति यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन् दृश्येनात्म्ये निरुक्ते निलयने अभयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अथ सोऽभयं गतो भवते यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्नुदरमन्तरं कुरुते अथ तस्य भयं भवते तत्त्वेव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवति भीषास्माद्वातपवते भीषोदेति सूर्यः भीषास्मादग्निश्चेन्द्रश्च मृत्युर्धावति पञ्चम इति सैषानन्दस्य मीमागं सा भवते युवा स्यात् साधु युवाध्यायकः आशिष्ठो दृढिष्ठो बलिष्ठः तस्येयं पृथिवी सर्वा वित्तस्य पूर्णा स्यात् स एको मानुष आनन्दः ते शतं मानुष आनन्दाः स एको मनुष्यगन्धर्वाणामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं मनुष्यगन्धर्वाणामानन्दाः स एको देवगन्धर्वाणामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं देवगन्धर्वाणामानन्दाः स एकः पितॄणां चिरलोकलोकानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं पितॄणां चिरलोकलोकानामानन्दाः स एक आजानजानां देवानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतमाजानजानां देवानामानन्दाः स एकः कर्मदेवानां देवानामानन्दः ये कर्मणा देवानभियन्ते श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं कर्मदेवानां देवानामानन्दाः स एको देवानामानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं देवानामानन्दाः स एक इन्द्रस्यानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतमिन्द्रस्यानन्दाः स एको बृहस्पतेरानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं बृहस्पतेरानन्दाः स एकः प्रजापतेरानन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य ते शतं प्रजापतेरानन्दाः स एको ब्रह्मण आनन्दः श्रोत्रियस्य चाकामः तस्य स यश्चायं पुरुषे यश्चासावादित्ये स एकः स य एवं विद अस्माल्लोकात् प्रेत्य एतमन्नमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं प्राणमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं मनोमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतं विज्ञानमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते एतमानन्दमयमात्मानमुपसङ्क्रामते तदप्येष श्लोको भवते यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कुतश्च नेति एतगं हवामन तपते किमहं साधुना करवं किमहं पापमकरवमिति स य एवं विद्वानेते आत्मानग्र स्पृणुते उभेहे वैष एते आत्मानग्र स्पृणुते य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषद ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 पारायणं समाप्तम् ओम अद श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः येदिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत तद्वक्तारमावीत आवीन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ प्रथमोऽनुवाकः ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सः ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेति तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरावः अद्भ्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरपक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 Salutations to Parabrahma Tattva, salutations to Shruti Mata, salutations to all the Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishi, Muni, Guru, and all our Ishta Devata, Upasya Devatas. Let us salute Bhagavan Sri Vedavyasa, who is Bhagavan's avatar only, who has done Veda Vibhajana for us, and to Vaishampayan Rishi, Agnivalkya Rishi, who are the givers of all these to us. And our special salutations to Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara, who has given us Bhashya for us to understand Ispashtartha Ruchinami Vyakyayam Sampraniyate, Bhagavan Adi Shankara, and all the Mahatmas later on who developed and brought this Upanishad Vidya up to us. Developed means made clear with lot of explanations. Having saluted all of them, this Brahma Vidya study is tough and difficult always, because that instrument with which this Brahma Vidya has to be gained and made use of, and truth to be reached itself has to be managed. It itself has got so many of the shortcomings in it, called as our own chitta or the antakarana. So it is a lifelong, many lives of process of managing our antakarana, and then using that managed antakarana in the study of Upanishads, and the studied knowledge has to be remembered, and the remembered knowledge has to be convinced about, and one has to practice it. Then, even after practicing, also, after all our what you say, the prarabdhas, everything which Lord feels have to go get away. Only when all of them get away or go away, that the mukti comes. Among all those sadhanas, continuous effort is required. Basically, the first one itself, that is maintaining our own instrument of this Upanishad Vidya or Adhyatmika sadhana, called as our own Antakaranam. So we have to be all the time aware of it, 24 hours. We have to monitor it, and we have to try to keep it yogya or fit for our Adhyatmika Adhyanam and Sadhanam. That means trying always to keep it only in the Sattva Gunam. Like a very naughty child, the Antakaranam is what? Little bit, if you are not aware of that child, he just runs and does something or the other which is so detrimental for him. The children falling in the borewell, falling from the third floor of the building, going onto the road. No, what is all? The parents are not aware for a moment, that was enough for the child. The mother not aware, Krishna goes and does everything and comes back home as if he has done nothing. In the same way, little awareness we miss about maintaining the Sattva effort to maintain Sattva even little awareness and effort, when they are missed, enough chance for Rajas Tamas to overpower, pull our mind down and make us ineffective for spirituality. It's a huge struggle. That is why, unless one has deep, intense desire to know the truth at any cost, that when he inquires the processes for that, in that when he is told that it is the antakarana which you have to maintain the Shuddha Sattva for that the Rajo Tamo Lesha Matra also you cannot afford to give importance. Then if he is convinced, then he will give up all that which creates Rajas Tamas, takes up, does only those things which create, maintain Sattva Guna, and using that Sattva Guna always in the Tattva Chintana. And it has no time factor. कि इतना दिन उतना दिन, any time we stop involving in Sattva Guna, the mind will fall into Rajas Tamas, any place. So to Sattvika Mana, if it is not applied for the world, for the Lord, sorry, then it will be again applied for something else. Inevitably avoiding rajas tamas, inevitably creating sattva, inevitably using sattva exclusively for the tattva through the shravana, swadhyaya, manana, chintana, dhyana. Every seeker who wants to reach to the truth is expected to do. This is the shortest cut method. There is no alternative for it. If you are ready, then come. If you are ready, then take up the challenge. If you are ready, plunge into this thing. If not ready, then you will suffer frustrated here in spirituality. With failures, with inabilities to do anything. Because the basic things we are not listening, we are not understanding, we are not accepting, we are not adapting. So this is how it's for everyone. That's why nobody goes for Upanishads, Brahma Vidya, Tattva Vidya, Atma Vidya. They're happy with some devotion. Chalo Bhagavan ko bhog chadao. Anyway, he doesn't eat, we will eat that. Some people struggle for Vritti Nirodha, that is also equally difficult, like Vedanta. Karma Yoga, chalo theek hai, you are in the public with the people, there is some time pass, some entertainment, some recognition is there, some rewards are there. तालियां बजाते हैं कर्म योगी को, वेदांति को नहीं बजाते कोई, क्योंकि पता ही नहीं कि वेदांति का महिमा कितना है लोगों को. You see all the social workers being interviewed and their articles are published. But a Brahmajnani, because the one who has to interview, he must know the glory of the Brahmajnana. No? How difficult it is, how many thousands of lives that Jiva has gone through to come to this level. Those fellows don't know. They don't interview because what questions to ask, they don't know. By the way. So that's not our point. Our point is to recognize the steps that are involved and let us practice those steps. Let us not call them as the difficulties involved. The word difficulty, all of that when we bring, then it demoralizes us. These are the steps to be conducted. are to be followed. Let's follow them. We will try, we will keep on trying. एक बार आ गए अध्यात्म मार्ग में, will not go back. In that also, the ब्रह्म मार्ग और वेदांत मार्ग और उपनिषद मार्ग we came. और क्यों जाए पीछे, आगे इधर ही बढ़ेंगे. अब देखो यहाँ तक हुआ. That means Lord Guru were helping us. We were also trying. So अब तक तो ठीक ही चला ना, तो ऐसे ही और भी करते जाना. But filling the loopholes and creating the positive energies, creating positive moods, creating positive atmospheres, then one has to be more serious, sincere, then one can really do and slowly move ahead. The joy is in knowing that we are moving ahead, and that's because of my own sadhana done with clear understanding. Okay, now having given this small little but important thought, that the steps involved, the tapasyas involved, the things to be done are these. Then there are always sacrifices, there are always hardships. In every path, so to here, why should we hesitate? Let us do it. Now, here in this Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahmananda Valli, we have seen the Sutra Vakya Brahmavidapnoti Param. And the extension of it is what? If we are going to obtain Param Supreme by the Apti of the Brahman, who is and what is and how is then Brahman, the Lakshana Vakya is told, Tadesha Abhyukta, it is Rucha Mantra has told us, and that is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. These are Lakshanas. These we have to sort out. The beauty of this is what? However difficult it is to sort out these three Lakshanas of Brahma, if we can struggle by all the required means and sort out, we discover this Lakshana Yukta Brahma is nowhere else there in our own heart as our own self. And such Brahman alone is everywhere there. That is what in the introduction Bhagavan gave, that tad brahmanaha atma bhavena tadanantaram sarvatma bhavena. Pratyagatma and then the sarvatma. That sarvatma Brahman is the one who is free from all the samsara dharma, therefore is mukta from the samsara. And it is a nirantara process to contemplate on the Brahma Tattva through these three Lakshanas till we discover it in ourselves and be in that only. This is not like ऑफिस शाम तक गए काम किया फिर घर आ गए सब भूल गए फिर घर में लेके गृहस्थ वी आर लिविंग एंड द नेक्स्ट डे अगेन गो टू ऑफिस अगेन इवनिंग once we reach there यद् गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. Once we go into that, we are that only. And that is so beautiful, infinite, glorious. Nobody wants to come back. Some forces may bring them back for some time, but later on they will make a permanent green card citizenship there. So, in Pura Pakshi's Prashna yesterday we saw how he has taken Guru Maharaj's words or the quotations again to bring back his question that in the Atma Tattva there is the Gnapti or Jnana Kartrutvam. Because of Jnana Kartrutvam, the non-modification Satyatva also gone away, then the endlessness, the Anantatva also gone away. Because so kamayata Bhashyam praja yeti, you only said. So the pure consciousness has done the sankalpa, done the kamana. Therefore it has become jnana kartru. Kartru ban gaya. So the original dhatu, that is gnapti, is gone away. And also the satyatva gone away. Then the jnana kartru, who is the creator of the jnanam, of the jnaya, goes on changing according to every jnaya vastu. Because of this, he is not eternal or infinite or continuous. Therefore, Anantyam also gone. Therefore, Ataha Jnana Kartrutvat Gnaptihi Brahma iti ayuktam. Pure Brahman is not there. Then is a Kartru Brahma only. Then Anityatva Prasangacha. अनित्यता भी आएगा क्यों? यदि नाम ज्ञप्ति ज्ञानम इति भाव रूपता ब्रह्मणः तथा अभी अनित्यत्वं प्रसज्येत. Then we saw Paratantram cha. So what are the problems if the Brahman is accepted as Jnana Kartru? The Santatvam will come, Paratantrata will come, as well as the modification will come. So what we are talking about is independent, endless, eternally existing, pure consciousness is called the Jnapti or Jnapti or Bhavarupa Sadhana or Avabodha. These are the meanings of the word when Jnanam Brahma is employed. And Jnanam you and I get is the Jnanam which is broken into pieces, which is never permanent, which is so much of dependent. So the whole effort is differentiation between the word used jnanam for the Brahma and the word used jnanam for the other jnanams of the world. In the worldly jnanams, the triputi is required. Jnata jnanam gneyam. Then the vritti is required. And triputi yukta, vritti yukta jnanam is santam. Because in any one of the triputi changes, the other two also change. The ज्ञेय वस्तु चेंज होते हैं, ज्ञाता और ज्ञानम भी चेंज हो जाता है. So therefore it is not anantam, it is santam, and here also nirantara parinama is happening. If this jnanam Brahma also is like that, then that Brahma will not have the satyata and anantata. Then Brahma is said by the Shruti Mata with all the three words. If the Satyam Anantam are denied or rejected, then the Brahman is denied and rejected. Therefore, Jnanam also is rejected. Therefore, we have to sort out in our intellectual understanding that the Jnanam Brahma is equal to not like the ordinary Jnanam, it is a Jnapti Matra, Avabodha Matra, Bhava Rupa Matra, pure consciousness, not conscious of something, and not the consciousness through the vritti has appeared as the Jnata Jnanam Gnayam. Remember, consciousness conditioned by the Aham vritti is Jnata, conditioned by Idam vritti is Gnayam, conditioned by Jnana vritti is Jnanam, which is the Jnanam word used for the worldly parlance. Same word is written here in the Upanishad also for Brahma, the Jnanam. Then there is a difficulty in this Purvapakshi. Is this Jnanam also like that Jnanam? The Guru Maharaj is struggling here to explain. Though Shrutimata used the word is same as Jnanam Brahma, but the Jnanam Brahma and Jnanam of something else is not the same. Understood? The Jnanam cloth, the Vastra Jnanam. In that the Vastra is different from the Jnanam. It is all conditional. So many upadhis, all of them are required. But Jnanam Brahma or the Brahma Jnanam, when it is said, it is not, there is a Vastu and its Jnanam is there to the Jnata through the Vrittis. Here Jnanam Brahma is Jnanam Eva Brahma. Brahma Eva Jnanam. Though the two words are used, but it is Lakshanam. You understand? The sugar is the sweet. Sweetness is sugar. Two words are used, but only it is a usage of words. You can't say that there are two things or they are separate or there is one thing is adjective, another is that which qualified for the adjective. ऐसी बात नहीं है. ज्ञानमेव ब्रह्म ज्ञप्ति एव ब्रह्म. So he asked this question. Then Siddhanti was telling us yesterday how important is this discussion for deeply contemplating how he developed the thesis. This thesis, which we saw yesterday, also day before, is so essential in our. This is what is the one which gives us what Shruti Mata is meaning and what is the meaning of the Brahma or Atma and how the meditation has to be done. These clarities will come only after clearly understanding these explanations given by Bhagavan Adi Shankara in his Bhashya to the Mula Mantras. So, what are the four, five things here? Thing one is Swarupa Avyatareka. The Brahma or Atma is Gnapti Swarup. That Gnapti Swarupata always remains as it is. So, Rupa Avyatareka. But still, in the worldly parlance, the Jnanam is used for the Karyatva Upacharat. It is only the ज्ञान कर्तृत्व is only उपचार के लिए है, it is a formality के लिए है. Really, the ज्ञप्ति ब्रह्म और आत्मा has never fallen down to the ज्ञान कर्तृ. No, what is all this discussion? Jnana Kartrutva comes, then Satyam Anantam goes, Satyam Anantam goes, the Brahma goes, Jnanam goes away. When all this go away, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, the Shrutivakya itself is denied. When Shrutivakya is denied, which is the most important Vakya, that the Brahma Prapti alone is Paraprapti, the Brahman alone is not there, then how can one achieve the Para? Therefore, entire the subject of moksha is rejected. That is a discussion happening between the questions of Purvapakshi, Bhagavan's answers. And then in these answers alone, the deepening of our intellect, becoming subtle of our intellect, and trying to comprehend the truth is slowly happening. Then when we sit for dhyanam to reach to the truth, when our efforts are sufficient, by some divine grace, that intuitive power will come, which will make us experience that. Till that time, this is how we have to keep on discussing. So, first is Swarupa Avyatarek hai, second Karya to Upachar hai. Now we have seen yesterday, Atmana Swarupam Gnaptihi na tatha Vyatarichyate ataha Nitya eva. The Swarupa of the Atma is always Gnapti. Na Vyatarichyate, it never changes from the Gnapti to the ignorance. Therefore, the Gnapti Swarupa of the Atma is Nitya. So the Anityatva or Santatva is rejected by Nityatva. And because of this Gnapti Swarupa is na Vyatarichyate, therefore, the Avikaritva also is rejected. Vikaritva is rejected. Then this Avikari is equal to Satyam is said by the Guru. So Guru has proved Atma is Gnapti. Because of it, the Gnapti never Vyatarichyate, therefore it is Satyam. And there is no end to it. It is Nitya, therefore it is Anantam only. Keep that it intact. Even then, Tathapi, now this is what the exhaustive discussion we saw yesterday. Buddhehe upadhi lakshanayaha chakshuradi dvaraihi vishayakara parinaminyaha ye shabdadi akara avabhasaha te atmavijnanasya vishayabhutaha utpadyamanaha eva atmavijnanena vyaptaha utpadyante. Now, where is the whole problem coming? Even though Atma Vastu is Gnapti Swarupa, there is no Jnana Kartrutva in that. The answer is in the first line. Buddhehe upadhi lakshanayaha. Buddhehe antakarana, which is an upadhi for the Atma Vastu. For whom? For who you who are asking the question. Who is seeing the world, who is understanding or knowing the world through the Triputi of Jnata, Jnanam, Gneyam. For your standpoint, we are explaining that the Upadhi is their Buddhi. Same we are studying in our Yoga Darshanam also. What is Upadhi? That which is so close to the self or anything and superimposes its qualities on it. The point is what? The Upadhi need not be real. Actually, no Upadhi is real. Real is only Atma Vastu. Yatha tatham Atma, when it is not known, from that ignorance only this non-existing Upadhi has come. You have to remember, please. Like the lakshanas of the snake are superimposed on the rope, and then that a snake is moving or hissing or standing with the hoods there trying to bite. ये लक्षण किसके हैं? उपाधि के. उपाधि कौन है? सर्प. On what? They are superimposed on the reality, the rajju. Mind you, the rajju is not at all known now. You have to understand the standpoint of the discussion. Guru is explaining to the one who is seeing the serpent that the serpents, all the lakshanas, you are superimposing on the innocent rope, which has none of these lakshanas. And why is it so happening? Because the serpent, which is the upadhi to the rope, is so close to the rope that it is superimposing its lakshanas. Now the big question is what? Is that upadhi, the serpent, real? Not real. If that not real of the serpent is known, already a problem is solved. Whole discussion is not required. Rope is seen by the Guru. For him, there is no serpent. He is very clear. But the disciples are seeing the serpent at the place of a rope. And they are now struggling. Then Guru has to explain that in the actual rope, there are no hissings. There are no hoodwinking or hooding. There are no biting. But in the rope, it is being superimposed because of the upadhi rupa serpent, which is so close. In the same way, to the Atmavastu, the upadhi is antakarana. This antakarana is the one which is going through the chakshuradi indriyas into the world outside and taking various forms of the objects, whatever they are. Now, Chaitanya Atma is riding Antakarana and going and taking the form of all of that, but itself is not going through any modification. Modification is to what? To the Chitta Vritti. What is Chaitanya Atma? It is illuminating Chitta when it is in the Samya Avastha, Chitta when it is in the Vritti Avastha, and whichever the Rupa the Chitta is taking. Today we'll see all that again. Same subject in our Patanjali Yoga Darshan also. Pramana Vritti Vichar mein. Same means same. 2000% same one. Same discussion. So, Jnati, Jnanam, Gnayam are happening in the Antakarana Vritti. Sorry, Jnanam, Gnayam and Jnata. Not in the pure Jnati. It is remaining as it is. So, Shabdadi Akara Vasaha. Now, the main point is Te Atma Vijnanasya Vishaya Bhutaha Utpadyamanaha. Eva Atma Vijnanena Vyaptaha. So, the upadhi, be attentive, cannot be without substratum. Okay, the substratum is remaining as it is, but the upadhi, utpatti is happening there of the vritti, and the substratum, the Chaitanya Atma, is avha, Vishaya Bhuta, Utpadyamana, Atma Vijnana Vyaptaha. That Shuddha Chaitanya is permeating it. And appears that it has taken the shape of it, it never took. To the vritti is there the shape of ahamidam ityadi, not to the Shuddha Chaitanya. Means Shuddha Chaitanya has never became the Jnata. When the Jnata is born, never became the Gneyam. When the Gneya Vastu vritti is born, when the Jnanam came. It always remained as the pure Jnapti only. It has not changed. This is what. Then problem is what? Tasmat Atma Vijnana Bhasyaha cha Vijnana Shabdavachyaha cha. Without the Atma Vijnana being present there, the Jnanam at the Vritti level of the Gneya Vastu for the Jnata cannot come. But getting this Jnata Jnanam Gneyam Tripati, this Jnana aspect is superimposed as if on the Atma Vastu in such a way The Gnapti Jnana Swarupa of the Atma and the Jnana of the Jnata of the Jneya, they are as if taken as same. ये तो वृत्त्यात्मक ज्ञान है, ये वृत्ति रहित है. Word used is same. But those who are not able to differentiate between the Shuddha Gnapti Swarupa Paramatma and the Vrittyatmaka Jnana, those are not to differentiate. Those people are the one who consider the Atma is becoming the Jnata. He has not become the Jnana Kartru. He is just pure presence of consciousness. In his presence, the Upadhi called as Antakarana, through going through the organs, has taken the shape of the Vastu, and that shape or vritti always permeated by the Chaitanya Atma. Therefore, it did not change, but change has happened in the vritti. So the Jnata vritti became the Jnata of the Jnaya Vastu through the Jnanam. When all this happened, what happened to Chaitanyam? It always remained as it is. So, where is the whole problem? Problem is in the Antakarana taking the shape of the Vritti. That Vritti cannot be without the Paramatma Chaitanya. Paramatma Chaitanya के बिना नहीं रहता. चैतन्य के कारण है. Because the Chaitanya, when it has come into existence, then its Lakshana of Triputi, Jnata, Jnanam, Jnayam, especially the Jnanam, is superimposed on the Jnanam of the Brahma or Atma. So Atma has never become the knower. He is always pure conscious presence. The Vritti is the one, Aham Vritti is the one who is the knower. What is the Atma Gnapti Swarupa? It illuminates even the knower also. He illuminates the known also. He illuminates the knowing also. Be attentive. If this knower known knowledge is not there, so what is there to be known or known? Or nothing is there. This pure Gnapti Swarupa illuminates the absence also of something. So the table is there. The Jnata is there of table. Table is a Jnaya Vastu. And the Jnanam of the table. The three Vrittis are formed. All three are illuminated by the Gnapti. Now the table is not there. Is there any Jnata Jnanam Gnayam happening there when the table is not there? No. But the Chaitanya Atma is illuminating even the absence of the table there. Means absence of the vrittis also. Therefore, it is such an absolute presence which doesn't depend on the presence and absence of the Triputi as well as the Vastu there or the Vritti, sorry. ज्ञाता ज्ञानम ज्ञेयम और वृत्तियों का बिना जरूरत का भी ये शुद्ध ज्ञप्ति स्वरूप रहता है. He is illuminator of presence of vrittis, absence of vrittis. Just like presence of vritti in Jagra Swapna and the Laya Avastha of the vritti in the Nidra, all of them are being illuminated by the Shuddha Chaitanya. It has never changed, it is Shuddha Gnapti Swarupa, and he has never become the knower. He is only pure presence. In his presence only, all things are happening for those who are in those things. And those by all this understanding reject the Triputi, come to the Atma Vastu. Their experience would be vast. Everywhere the Atma Anubhuti alone is there. Other than that, the Jnata, Jnana, Jnaya Triputi is not at all real. If at all it is there, it's only the Upadhi, it is only projection. And how it happens? Again, the same question and same answer. That is called as Anirvachaniya Achintya Shakti of that Paramatma, which cannot be explained, therefore it's called as Maya. It cannot be explained or understood, but it can be transcended. The transcending is when the self is recognized, then the Maya projecting the world and making it as real, that aspect goes away. So you are liberated. So, Atmana eva dharmaha vikriya rupaha iti avivekivi parikalpyante. So, in the vrittis only the vikriyas are there, not in the pure gnapti swarupa. But the avivekis superimpose the Vikriya or modification in the Gnapti Swarupa Atma, and they say that he has become the Jnana Kartru, and therefore Satyata Anantata gone away from it, therefore the Brahmatva has gone away from it, therefore Satyam Jnanavananta Brahma has no object at all. Only Aviveki says so, not a Viveki. A deeply contemplating person visualizes pure consciousness, unchanged, unmodified as it is. But when the vrittis come there of antakarana, the antakarana goes through the faculties and takes shape of vritti of those particular objects, in that also the Chaitanya is Vyapta. There in the Triputi there is the Jnana, Jnanam, Gneyam, these differences, but the illuminating Chaitanya is not getting disturbed. Like a tube light is illuminating so many things. Each thing, when it's illuminated, they are different. But the illuminating light has not become different or changed. It always remains as it is only. Mm. Reflected light is different because of the reflected media. But the reflecting light is not changed, isn't it? And that is why, according to Vedanta, nobody ever so far has seen any object. Everybody seen only the reflection of the light. When the light is not there, the objects are not seen. When the light is coming, the reflection of the light only is seen on the object. Nobody ever has seen object. It is impossible to see an object. What we see is only the reflection of light. But these deeper contemplations, they don't do. देख लिया काम चल रहा है व्यवहार वाला. All that vyavaharik. Now, the vritti vijnanam has got triputi. Idam vritti, aham vritti, and the connection between them, the jnanam vada vritti. Thoughts. And thoughts are in the chitta. Chitta is in its own absence, in its own, what do you say, in the ignorance of the self, and in its own absence, chitta is there. Like we told you the other day, the honest person whom we taught as honest is there in his own absence because basically he is dishonest person. But we imagined the honesty in him. But it is not there, is only imagined. In the same way, in the ignorance of the self only the Maya projects the chitta. All this happening is in the chitta only. And self being everywhere, it illuminates everything. Okay. Now he says, very interesting discussion. Yatatu Brahmanaha Vijnanam. Now this Triputi Jnanam of Vritti we saw. That the antakarana going through the apertures and getting the shape of the Shabda Sparsha Rupa, and that's being illuminated consciousness remained as it is. But among these, when the antakarana gathered the vritti of the object, there the Triputi Jnanam has happened of Jnata, Jnanam and Neyam. Antakarana vritti only gets divided into Aham and Idam. Both are illumined by Chaitanyam. There the Idam vritti becomes Gneya Vastu, Aham vritti is a Jnata. Contact is Jnanam. Yattu Brahma or Atma Vijnanam, Brahmana Vijnanam, Tat Savitru Prakashavatu Agni Ushnavatu. This we discussed today. It is like the Savitru Prakasha and Agni Ushna. See, the light of sun. A word we say, a sentence. But it is such a sentence which is conveying something, but the by literal meaning, if you see, it is absolutely wrong. The light of the sun is not like the knowledge of the book, which is different from the book. Book and the knowledge of the book are different. Book, name of the book are different, like that. But the sun and its light, are they two things actually? See the example here, how important. This example you have to catch. which we are discussing right from the beginning, that it is not there is a Vastu Brahma which has its Visheshana called as Satyam Jnanam Anantam. It is not like Neela Mahat Sugandhi Utpalavat. We already saw it. So see, again here is giving an example. The Brahma Vijnanam, when you call the Jnanam Brahma or Brahma as Jnanam, the Brahma is termed as or explained with the word Jnanam is like Savitru Prakasha. That is not that Savita is there and he has a light which comes and goes, which is conditional. Light itself is sun. Sun itself is light. There is no light without the sun, there is no sun without the lightness. Is it not? They are not two words, two things as the two words are used. Savitru Prakasha. Here actually the Shashti Tatpurusha is not correct. Savituhu means off. That off word is redundant there. Like nothing like my chair, my table. I am different, it is different. The connection is through the Shashti Tatpurusha. Where मेरा वाला जो हम कहते हैं the ownership वाला विभक्ति. But you can't say सूर्य भगवान का ये रोशनी. We use it because of the way it has to be communicated. But that language that Bhagwan Surya ka ye roshni hai is not correct because it's not that there is a Surya somebody and he never had that light and he brought from somewhere. Therefore, now the light belongs to him. And something happened that the light gone away. Bechara, now he has not got it. Like I have my car. So car mama asti. And tomorrow I sold it or stolen away. No, it is not mine now. Mera. ऐसे सूर्य भगवान का दिस लैंग्वेज डजंट वर्क देयर because Savita himself is Prakasha. Prakasha himself is Savita. Is it not there? Second example is equally true. Agni Ushnavat. Now Agni Ushna, as I gave you example yesterday, the hotness of the rice, then the hotness of the fire. Hot Shabda is same for both. Hot fire, hot rice. But in case of hot rice, rice is not always in the hot condition. It is not its own original quality. It has borrowed it from some place and it goes away also. But is the Shabda hot fire is like that of rice hotness? That the fire brought hotness from somewhere and it goes away. Word is same. Hot fire and hot rice. In the same way, the Vritti Jnanam and Atma Brahma Jnanam. Word used is same. But here when you say Brahma is Jnanam, it is like Savitru Prakasha, Agni Ushnavata. There are two things. और ब्रह्म का ये ज्ञान है ऐसा नहीं है. ब्रह्म ही ज्ञान स्वरूप है. ज्ञान is ज्ञप्ति स्वरूप, not the वृत्त्यात्मक त्रिपुटी. And this is what we have to contemplate and understand. And there is that pure consciousness, sarvatra sarvada vyapta. That is our self. That is what we have to identify with. Instead of identifying with that, we have become the vritti jnata, who is called as jiva, and trying to know all the other things of the world again through the vrittis. And the jnanam also, the vritti jnanam there. So we are only mental people. The reality is something beyond the mind or the antakarana or the vrittis. I am that pure conscious Brahman. So, yattu brahmana vijnanam tat savitru prakashavat agni ushnavat cha brahma swarupa avyathariktam swarupam eva. That jnapti or jnanam of the Brahma is Brahma swarupa only. It is not something other than it, that it came in one particular time or condition and it went away. No, it is Brahma Swarupa Avyatariktam Swarupam Eva. Now it is being explained. Beautiful things. One is Tat na Karanantara Savyapeksham. And for this Brahman to be of the Gnapti Swarupa, there is no Karana, there is no reason, there is no any other origination that Brahma is Jnana. Karanantara Savyapeksham. For other Jnanams of the world, the Jnaya Vastu required, Jnata required, the contact is required, then the Chaitanya should illuminate. So many Karanas are there for the Vritti Jnanam obtaining. For Brahma to be the Jnanam, there are no other Karanas. Why is it so? Nitya Atma Swarupatvat. Because the Jnapti is the Nitya Atma Swarupa only of that Brahma. उसका कोई और कारण नहीं है कि वो इस कारण से हुआ, उस कारण से हुआ. Like you saw a mango tree. The karana is you have sown the seed or the put the plant, then the tree came. Here, for the Brahma to have the Gnapti as its Swarupa, there is no Karana because Nitya Rupena, that is its Swarupa only. Nitya Atma Swarupa. Now come little subtler discussion. What is that? Sarva Bhavanam cha tena avibhakta desha kalatvat. See, in all desha, in all the kala, whatever the bhavas are there, in and through all of them, this Jnapti Swarupa Brahma is there to illuminate them. So, Sarva Abhavanam cha tena avibhakta desha kalatvat. Then Kala Akashadi Karanatvat. This Brahma is even the Karana for the Kala and Desha or Akasha. Niratishaya Sukshmatvacha. And this Brahma Vastu is Niratishaya, subtler than all of them. No, so what is said here, what you see is the whole world. World is what? The objects. Now, objects are all conditioned by Desha or Kala, is it not? That object is in that particular column. For this particular time, it is there. It was not there at some time. It is there at some time. And it goes away after some time. Then it is in a particular desha. That's how every object in the world is conditioned by desha kala. That is the meaning of vastu is always in the desha and kala. Among these two, the kala goes on changing, modified, kshakshanam, bhutagala, bhavishyad, vartamana. But the interesting point is what desha remains all the time same. So entire world of objects are conditioned by desha kala. Among desha kala, kala gets changed or modified, and desha is the one which is unchanging. Therefore, all the vastus are stula. Compared to them, the kala is sukshma. Compared to that, the desha is sukshma. And this desha, which we call as space and all, is illuminated by what? Or is having where? Where is the desha? The space. Space is in our own mind as concept. The concept of the mind called space is subtler than the space. Then the concept in the mind is illumined by pure consciousness. Therefore, this consciousness is subtler than even this concept or the mind. So, the consciousness is the karana for the karya called as mana. Mana is the karana for the karya called as desha. Desha is the karana, for that the karya is the kala. Desha kala put together are the karana for the entire world of all names and forms. Now, this is what is meditation to contemplate. Interesting. Think about it. So, nirataya sukshmatvacha. Then, therefore, na tasya anyat avigneyam sukshmam. Therefore, there is nothing which is not known to this pure conscious Brahman. And there is nothing which is subtler than it too. Then Vyavahitam, which is Vyavahita means what? Hmm, hmm, hmm. That which is Natat Sukshmam Vyavahitam means hidden from it. Viprakrishta means Away from it, bhutam bhavat bhavishadva, in the past, present, future is not there. Tasmat sarvagnyam tat brahma. These are the very deep analyses about the Brahma Tattva. Brahma is Sarvagnya. How he is the Sarvagnya? Not like the human beings, you and I, know this thing, that thing, etc. In that way, Brahma is not Sarvagnya. He is, as we saw it in another Upanishad as well as Vishnu Sahasranama, when this word Sarvagnya came, the Bhashyakara gave the Bhashya. Sarvagnya means what? Sarvaha cha Jnaha cha iti Sarvagnya. That alone is everything. That alone is Jnapti Swarupa. In that way, the word Sarvagnya is said. It is not in that way that he knows everything. The knowingness of Brahman as Sarvagnya of everything is not in the form of the vritti or the difference of the jnata or gneyam. This jnana, this is the discussion it started with. The jnatrutva is of the Brahma only the upachara. Now, in the discussion which we saw 3-4 minutes back, ki, the whole world is Rupanama, and the Rupanama are in the Deshakala, and the Deshakala is in the Antakarana. The Antakarana is Chit Swarupa Brahma Chaitanya. Now, without Chaitanya Brahma, these things in consequence are not at all there. In this sense, Sarvagna is Brahma. Apart from that, there is not something other than Brahman that the Brahman knows. That there are so many things, the Brahma knows it. Like yesterday we tried to explain, the Sarvajnatva of the Atma Swarupa Brahma is that Jnanam in whose presence those activities which this Jiva is not consciously doing, still they are happening. Like how many thousands and thousands cells are formed in the body and dying, in whose Jnapti Swarupa presence every part of the body is functioning inside. It's not that I know it. Do I know my kidney? Do I know my heart? Do I know the activity of them every moment? I, as a jiva, I don't know. But then there is a gnapti is there in that because of whose presence that's happening. That gnapti swarupa is actual Brahman, and that is what are we. But that we have become the Vrityatmaka Aham through the Aham Vritti. And that Aham also identified the Dehadi, then he became a Jiva, and that is you and I. And we take it as real, and we are engrossed or habituated to this so much that other than that, as a pure Gnapti Swarupa Brahma, we can be, and in that only the infinite bliss is experienced. These things are appearing so abstract, so difficult, so impossible for us because of the habit of living as Jiva through Dehadi Upadhi. This is the most difficult thing. If this can be sorted out by someone, for him the Vedanta Shastra, Vedanta Jnana, not only joyful and beautiful, but it is easy and practical. What is to be sorted out is the Sarvajnatva of the Brahman is by his presence mere everywhere. In that one place there is Ahamvritti which is illumined by him, and it illumined Ahamvritti is called as Jiva, identified the Upadhi. Therefore, the Jiva is not only samsari of Dukhi, but it is not even real also. The real is Brahma. Brahma is Sarvagnya. Sarvagnya is he knows everything, but not in a way with the differentiation of knower and known. He being the Sarva Karanatva, he is the Sarva Moolatva, Sarva Prakashakatva, and there is Anyat unke ilawa koi hai nahi. In that way he is Sarvagnya. Like the water is Sarvagnya of all the waves. The gold is Sarvagnya of all the ornaments. What is the Sarvagnatva of the gold of ornaments? It is not that there is an ornament, the gold knows. There are 20 ornaments are there. Therefore, the gold knows, this is bangle, this is a ring, this is a necklace. In that way, it is not. The Sarvagnatva of the gold there is what? It itself is there in the form of every ornament. इन दिस वे द सर्वज्ञ शब्द का अर्थ जब ब्रह्म के लिए यूज किया जाता है हमें मानना चाहिए, एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए. Not in the sense as we know कि this I know so many things of the world but not every. But Brahma knows everything. Therefore he is Sarvagna. Not in that sense the Sarvagna Shabda of Brahman is used. In his Sarvagnatva is he himself is everything. There is no thing Vyavahitam, Viprakrustam, Anyat, Bhutam, Bhavat, Bhavishyat. पास्ट प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर में उस परमात्मा से अलग, उस परमात्मा से दूर कोई ऐसा वस्तु है ही नहीं. That is the meaning of sarvajnatva. That's what sarvaha cha jnaha cha. Therefore sarvajnaha. There is no triputi required for the Brahman to know them. The triputi is required when the knower known are different. Is it not? The ज्ञाता ज्ञेयम अलग है तो ज्ञेय वस्तु के ज्ञान के लिए ज्ञाता को ज्ञान वाला कनेक्शन चाहिए. There are always three. But for the gold to know it is the ornament is itself, does it require any triputi? Think about it. It is that only. That is what the beautiful sentence here. Na tasya anyat avigneyam. There is nothing not known to Brahma. Therefore it is Sarvagnya. Why it is nothing not known to Brahma? Because it is Sukshma. It is subtle thing, and whichever is Sukshmam is his cause for this Sthulam and is permeating this Sthulam. Like the mud is Sukshmam and pot is Sthulam. Mud is the cause, pot is the effect. Mud is permeated in the entire pot. Here also Sukshmam, then Vyavahitam, Viprakrustam. Vyavahitam is apart, Viprakrustam is far away, Bhutam in the past, Bhavat in the present, Bhavishyat in the future. There is no thing other than him. Tasmat Sarvajnam Tat Brahma. Therefore, that Brahma is Jnapti Swarupa and Sarvajnapti Swarupa. That there is no actually thing in him other than him to be dichotomized or known through the vritti. This is what we have to discover on the seat of meditation. And those who have given value, reality to the objects and the perception of the objects and the perceiver, those people cannot transcend these three to go into the substratum in whom these three are projected. That's why without Vivek Vairagya, nobody can contemplate these subtle things. Now, there is a explanations given in the Upanishads for this. Some quotations are used to explain the Sarvajnatva of the Brahma. It's a very interesting quotations. What are they? Apanipado, no, mantravarnacha. Apanipado javano grahita pashyatya chakshussa shunotya karnaha saveti vedyam na chatasyasti vetta tamahuragram purusham mahantam. This Shvetashvatara Upanishad. It's interesting. Apanipadaha. This Parabrahma has no pani, the hands, pada, the legs. Fir bhi javanaha. Grahita, he is no legs, but he is the fastest mover in the world. And he has no hands, but he is the one who is the holder of everything. Who holds. So the bulb is held by it, therefore it's called the holder of the bulb. This is the beauty. And what is the apanipadaha javano grahita? He has no legs but moves fast means what? There is no place where he is not there. So too, there is no pani or the hand, but the grahita means what? There is nothing other than him, object to be held. If at all is there, he himself is the space, he himself is the legs. Or he himself is the object, he himself is the hand to hold it. In that way he is. Apanipado javano grahita. So too, pashyati achakshuhu. He has no eyes but he sees everything. Sa shrunoti akaranaha. He has no ears, but he listens. Same in Kenopanishad. यच्चक्षुषा न पश्यति येन चक्षुगंसि पश्यति तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि नेदं यद्योपास्ते येन मनसा न मनुते येन आहुर्मनोमतं तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि नेदं यदोपासते यत्प्राणेन यत्श्रोत्रेण यद्वाचा न अभ्युदितं येन वागभ्युद्यते तदेव ब्रह्म. Interesting this, By this what is done? Pashyatya chakshuhu shunotya karnaha. He has no eyes but he sees everything. He has no ears but listens everything. By that, the instrument called as chakshu and shrotram, and the thing to be seen or the heard, the object and the seer or the listener, this triputi is rejected. In this way is the sarvajnatva of the Brahma. Is being the self of everything is sarvajna. Not he is a knower of everything, keeping or taking or having things other than him. There is nothing other than him at all. The conscious Brahma. And that Brahma Tattva are we, not the Jiva identified as only one Deha, struggling with all. And so much we are engrossed in it, we are not able to lift our intellect's understanding to the possibility of ourselves beyond, being beyond this जीवादि देहादि भाव. फंस गए इसमें, इतना फंस गए कि बुद्धि को इस विषय का स्वीकरण के लिए भी असंभव होता है कि दैट प्योर ब्रह्मन which is सत्यम ज्ञानम अनंतम, which is the substratum of everything, is me. That alone is real. Everything else is प्रोजेक्टेड ऑन दैट ओनली अनरियल. इवन इसको सुनने को भी हमको हिम्मत ताकत नहीं होता. दैट्स वाई एवरीबडी डजंट गो फॉर द ब्रह्म विद्या. इवन इफ दे गो, थोड़ा बढ़कर भाग जाते हैं. हमको कुछ नहीं समझ में आया, हमारा एक ही स्पेशलिटी, हम छोड़ नहीं रहे, बस पकड़ के रखे हैं. आवर मेन गोल नाउ फॉर नेक्स्ट 10 years is not leaving Upanishads and Brahma Vidya. When we hold on every day, then slowly the subtlety is gathered. In that subtlety of the intellect, we start understanding. After understanding, then when we, on the seat of meditation, transcend all the upadhi, the nirupadika, satyam jnanavantam brahma is experienced as ourselves. Not as easy as it is said, but then it will happen. So in this way, sa vetti vedyam cha nata tasyasti vetta. Wherever the Vedya is there, he is the only one who is the knower of it. And for him, there is no Veda, the knower other than him. Tamahu agryam purusham mahantam. He is called as the primordial, infinite Purusha. This is a quotation from Shvetashvatara Upanishad. So, pure Jnapti Swarupa is Brahma, that is Sarva Vyapakaha. And it has never become the Triputi. Triputi is in the illusion only, in the ignorance only of that pure Gnapti Swarupa Paramatma we have to see. Now another quotation, Nahi Vijñato Vijñatehe Viparilopaha Vidyate Avinashitvat Nat Tadvitiyam Asti iti Brahadaranyaka Upanishad Shruti. Nahi Vijñato Vijñatehe Viparilopaha Vidyate. तो विज्ञातु प्योर ब्रह्मन्स, विज्ञाते द ज्ञप्ति स्वरूप का विपरिलोप, एब्सेंस, डिसअपियरेंस, न विद्यते, नेवर हैपेंस. The consciousness of the Brahman never becomes unconscious. The ability of the light or consciousness or illumination of Brahma का कभी विलोपन नहीं होता. Why is it so? Because avinashitvaatu. Because that consciousness is not vinashi, that it goes away. And natu tadvitiyam asti. It is not the duality that the Brahman and his consciousness, like a Shashti Tatpurusha Samasa, is not there. Pure Brahma. अविनाशित्व न तु तद्वितीयमस्ति इति श्रुतेः इत्यादि श्रुतेः च। नौ विज्ञातृस्वरूप अव्यतिरेकात् करणादिनिमित्त अनपेक्षत्वात् च ब्रह्मणः ज्ञानस्वरूपत्वे अपि नित्यत्वप्रसिद्धिः। अत एव न धात्वर्थः तद् अक्रियारूपत्वात्। So, Vijnatra Sarupa Vyatirekaat. The pure Brahman is not separate from consciousness. It is its own nature. Then Karana Adi Nimitta Anapekshatvat. For the Brahman to know the things, the medium or the Karana or the Vrittis are not required. Therefore, Brahmana Jnana Swarupatve api. In this way, the Jnapti Swarupa of the Brahman Nityatva Prasiddhi. He is a Jnana Swarupa and the Jnana Swarupa is Nitya always of him because he doesn't need the Karanasu and the Jnapti Swarupa is never separate or away from him. Therefore, it is not as you imagined that the pure Brahman is become the Jnana Kartru, came down to the level of the Vrittis is Shuddha Jnapti only. Ata evacha na Jnana Kartru. तस्मादेव च न ज्ञानशब्दवाच्यम अपि तद ब्रह्मा. नाउ देखो, another huge topic has started for discussion. This is again very very beautiful, very very subtle, very crucial. Next one or two thoughts that Bhagavan Adi Shankara develops. What is that? कि अतएव च न ज्ञानकर्तृ तस्मादेव च न ज्ञान शब्द वाच्यम अपि ब्रह्म तद ब्रह्म. We will discuss this one little today, tomorrow little more. Okay. Very very subtle thing. Even the shabda is not shabda, they call it jnanam, is not the vachaka for the vachya and Brahman. वाच्यवाचक भेद भी नहीं है वो. Like in this world, every object is vachya. It has got a vachaka for it. Like you take something, a book. Book is vachya vastu. And the name book is vachaka. Vachya vastu and vachaka are two different. Vachakam is in our mouth. Vachya vastu is there. It is indicated. Brahma is Jnanam in that way. Brahma is a vastu like the book and the Jnanam is a vachaka like the name book. In this way also, there is no vachya vachaka sambandha between the Brahma as well as the Jnanam. It is not a name. Then it is even not a name, it's a Sarupa only. So here, the struggle of Bhagavan Adi Shankara is what? Any possibility because of which the meaning of the words and Brahman are taken as separate, all those possibilities are rejected, denied. Final achievement is what? Jnanam eva Brahma, Satyam eva Brahma, and then Anantam eva Brahma. Reverse mein, Brahma eva Jnanam, Brahma eva Satyam, Brahma eva Anantam. Then the result of it is what? There is nothing other than Brahman, because Brahma eva Jnanam aito, Satyam aito, everything should be asatyam. Brahma only Jnapti means everything is Jadam. Brahma eva Anantam, everything is Santam. Therefore, other than Brahma, there is nothing. That Brahma is of these three lakshanas for contemplation and reaching into experience. After experience, there is no words used or required. All words are required only for explanation's sake by the Guru for the sake of disciple. In the anubhuti of it, it doesn't depend on any of the shabdas for anubhuti or any of the objects for anubhuti, doesn't depend on any shabdas for expression. In fact, shabda can never reach. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. That is why. शब्द ये नाम वाचक नहीं है. ये ज्ञान शब्द It is not a Vachaka or the name. For the object, the named the Brahma. The Namanami Sambandha is not there. Even that Sambandha is not there. Earlier was the Jnana Kartrutva is rejected. No Triputi formation in that Jnapti Swarupa Brahma. He alone is there. It is Antakarana which through the four organs, when it embraces the objects and gathers to itself that Vrittitva, there the dichotomization is there. In the Shuddha Gnapti, it has never become anything other than Gnapti. It remained always so. Having said so, not only that, the name and named relation also is not there between Jnanam and Brahma. Jnanam is not a name to give in a Vastu Brahma. Like book is a Vastu and the book is a name. Nama Nami Sambandh bhi nahi iska. That much close is the Jnana and the Brahma. Jnanam eva Brahma, Brahma eva Jnanam. Then even this Satyam Jnanam Anantam is not even a sentence also. To that level, the Bhashyakara lifts our intellects if we are available. Like Neela Mahat Utpalam. It's a sentence with a meaning. Satyam Jnanam Anantam is not a sentence where each word has a meaning, total sentence has a meaning. It's not meaning also. Then it is pure Anubhuti. How so? It's really mind-boggling discussions this about the Bhasha. That's what we are saying when we make our Antakarana Shuddha Satvika by variety of Aklishta Vrittis Nirantara practiced and by Ishvara and Guru Krupa, these subtle things will be able to comprehend or understand. But it's only till it is understood that struggle difficulty. Once it is understood, the joy is countless because you got what you have to get. It's only now that establishing that I am that Brahman. उस इतना ही साधना रह जाता है बस. When the Brahman is understood, in the understanding Brahman, everything is rejected. The only thing remains is I am that Brahman. We have to establish it. When I am that Brahman, which is Satyam Jnana Anantam, not the Asatyam, Jadam and Santam, Dehadi, Jivadi. In the Jiva and Deva Bhava only there is samsara. Brahmasmi means there is no samsara possible at all. Therefore, we are liberated from bandhana of the samsara. Samsara bandhat, moksha bandhanat. This topic will detailedly see tomorrow. Okay, तथापि तद आभासवाचकेन बुद्धिधर्मविषयेण ज्ञानशब्देन तद लक्ष्यते न तु उच्यते शब्दप्रवृत्ति हेतु जात्यादि धर्मरहितत्वात् तथा सत्यशब्देन अपि सर्वविशेषप्रत्यस्तमितस्य रूपत्वात् ब्रह्मणः बाह्यसत्ता सामान्यविषयेण सत्यशब्देन लक्ष्यते सत्यं ब्रह्म इति न तु सत्यशब्दवाच्यमेव ब्रह्म एवं सत्यादि शब्दाः इतरेतर सन्निधौ अन्योन्य नियम्य नियामकाः सन्तः सत्यादि शब्दवाच्यात् तन्निवर्तकाः ब्रह्मणः लक्षणार्थाः च भवन्ति इति अतः सिद्धम् यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा अनिरुक्ते अनिलिने इति च अवाच्यत्वं नीलोत्पलवत् अवाक्यार्थत्वं च ब्रह्मणः तद् यथा व्याख्यातं ब्रह्म यो वेद नीतं गुहायां. नेक्स्ट लाइन नेक्स्ट श्लोक. कितना गंभीर विचारण ऋषियों ने किया है to discover the substratum, and having discovered, they have to explain again how they discovered, and that explanation is become the bulkiness of all these bhashyas. And for us, there is no other shortcut method than this to crystal clearly understand the Brahman and experience him as our own self. This particular portion, as I was telling you from 1 week, where Satyam Jnanantam Brahma, Brahmavidapnoti Param, explained by Adi Shankara Bhagavan, let it take 10 lives, never mind. But every word, every sentence, if we can thoroughly understand and digest, we are done with the study of Veda. Very, very good. May we be qualified, may we pray to the Lord to give us that effort, ability to understand. We'll see the continuation tomorrow. Om, 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 Om. Om. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Namaha Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Om. Just keep listening slowly, it will enter. Hari Om. No.